Hi everyone, I wanted to show you my version anyway of a 4-direction circle. I learned this from working with Bill Plotkin and the Wild Mind model, so I hope this serves you. You can adapt it in whatever way you'd like to. The purpose is to really get familiar with your whole self, what your wholeness looks like and feels like in yourself, but also in the world around you, and paying attention to body sensations, things you notice, areas that you might not be able to connect to as well. So it kind of tells you also where some of your work might be. This could be used as a daily practice to remind yourself of your wholeness, or in ceremonial work, or dream work that you're going to do, or anything where you're working with sub-personalities or fragments. You want to remind yourself of your wholeness first. So I hope this is helpful. You can follow along with the beings in my neighborhood here, or you can close your eyes or look around in your own. I hope this serves you. Just want to add that I'm going to turn my camera around so that you can see what I see, and we'll just go from there. So enjoy. So I invite you to stand facing north. The north of us is the place of winter, of stillness, of deep knowing. This place can hold all that we are. It's the place of our nurturing, generative adult, our healthy adult self. This place is also a place of fierce compassion, the place that holds our feet to the fire and tells us the truth about ourselves and helps us to speak our truth in lots of ways. This place knows how to go deep within, to gather energy for the coming spring, to wait. It's the archetype of the elder, the teacher, the leader, benevolent king or queen. This is the place for me of bear, of healthy boundaries, of wise protection. Just see what you notice in the place where you are, what speaks to you of the nurturing generative one. Invite the reminder of that inside yourself, welcome it, and the one or the place on the earth that is also nurturing and generative. So we welcome that in ourselves and in the world around us. You can say ho or way or any word that might fit for you to just acknowledge that direction as we turn and move to the east. The east, this is the place of sunrise, of newness, of spring. It is the place of paradox, of both and, of big picture seeing, of genuine laughter, of not taking ourselves too seriously. This is the place of the archetype of the trickster, the innocent sage, the sacred fool. This place can trick you into seeing things about yourself, trick you into growing. It can lighten the mood in a healthy way. It can rise above and see how it all fits together. It is clear-sighted, far-sighted, wily, and comical. This part is the place of innocence and yet wisdom. This place connects us with all that is, with oneness, with spirit. It's the color green, the budding flower, the soaring eagle. This is the place of the full-bodied senses and of the beginner's mind. To me, this is the place of what I call grandmother of the cedars, who lives in the treetops and sees a large picture, or the big picture. It's the place of eagle. I welcome this place in myself and in the world around me. Ho. Turn to the south. What are you drawn to in the south? See if you can pay attention to any feelings that arise in your body, any sensations, because that's the place of the south. This is the place of the wild indigenous one, our full-bodied lover of life, the one in us that knows it belongs to this place at this time as any more than human being. It belongs, it belongs, it belongs. This place is our fully feeling selves, at home with each and every emotion, knowing how to fully experience them. This place is the sensual self, our embodied self, our erotic self. This is the place of the hot summer sun, the fullness of summer, the place of the archetype of the green man and Artemis. This place for me is Arbutus tree, fully free to be her sensual embodied self. This place in us is wildly in love with the world around it, wildly in love with life. This place is wild like any being is its natural wild self. We call this place in ourself, we call it up and in. We acknowledge it. We thank our wild indigenous one, Ho. And facing west, this is the place of the fall, of the shedding, the letting go, the composting, the setting sun, the returning to earth place in us. This place is at home with death and decay, with letting things unravel, with taking things apart so that a never before seen configuration may appear. This is the place of mystery, of the dream world, of our deep imagination, of imagining the impossible. This is the place of the fruitful darkness. And as high as the east goes to the light, the west goes down and into the dark. This place is continually inviting us to die to our old place so we can give birth to something new. The place of the unconscious, of all that we have put away that's waiting to be discovered. This is the place of the archetype of the wanderer, the muse, the inner beloved, the magician, the guide to soul. If the east is about oneness, the west is about our uniqueness, our own soul. What do you see in the west that draws you? Maybe there's shadow. Maybe there's undoing, unraveling, composting. And notice any response in yourself or any draw or not being drawn to that place. And we welcome that in ourselves and in the world around us. Ho. And we just acknowledge the earth that we stand on, the beings under the earth, and we acknowledge the sky above us and the winged ones and the clouds and the sun, moon, and stars. And we also acknowledge the center of our circle, the center of each of us, and the center of the earth. So now you can continue on your day and close your circle at the end of the day if that would serve you, or you can do some whatever ceremonial work you were going to do. And when I'm ready to close my circle, I start in the reverse order. So I thank the center, the sky, the earth, and then I go from west around and I thank all the beings that supported me and I release them back and I give gratitude, maybe a breath or water or some gift in return. So I hope this practice serves you, and there's so many ways to use it to remind yourself of the wholeness that exists in you and in the world around you.